is on British soil. Harry's gamble has backfired hugely. That decision on his royal protection has been kicked into the long grass, and this has driven him absolutely crazy. I'm hearing that he is spitting feathers about this, throwing his toys out the pram like a toddler. A wonderful second chance for Harry to build that relationship with his father and to get himself back into the royal family, and it's up in smoke. I spoke to somebody that was intimately involved in royal security for decades, and he said to me,
Do you believe there's this rumour going around?
it's absolutely fascinating, and it's a great scoop that you've got.
This dude's entitled as hell. And it doesn't stop there, Marky Mark. It does even more. Hello and welcome to today's Daily Expresso with me, JJ Anisiobi, and the star of the Mark Dolan show, Marky Mark. How are you, sir?
So good to see you, JJ.
You too, babes. You too. Let's get straight into it, because we've got a lot to talk about today. Harry, before we said last week and week before, he's coming. He's bringing Meghan and the kids. He's coming home. He's coming back to Blighty. But I had questioned, and I'd said to you, does this mean, if he's bringing his wife and kids, that his security request has been put through and he's now got permission to have armed guards? And neither of us knew the answer to that. But it turns out it hasn't gone through, and he won't be having armed guards unless he is on the royal properties.
Yes, Harry's gamble has backfired hugely, and he did not have in his possession the confirmation that he would have armed royal security whilst in the United Kingdom. What he hoped is that by announcing this trip was happening, and of course he's been planning to come for months and months, but by announcing that Meghan, Archie and Lily would come, that he's forcing the hand of the UK authorities and perhaps indirectly King Charles in order to get that decision across the line in his favour. Let's not forget that he was unsuccessful in the High Court suing the British government for the armed royal security. Well, it's come to his attention in the last few days that that decision on his royal protection has been kicked into the long grass, that they've actually paused the process by which they consider a decision. And this has driven him absolutely crazy. I'm hearing that he is spitting feathers about this, throwing his toys out the pram like a toddler, which I think is very in character for Harry Mountbatten Windsor. And once again, JJ, negative headlines around the Sussexes. Not only is it the case that everything they touch turns to the brown stuff, but actually, forgive me if you're having your breakfast or your lunch, but it's actually worse than that, because everything that they touch turns to drama and trouble and negative headlines. And the King will be observing this now, thinking, oh my goodness, we had Clarence House last year in September, face-to-face summit. That led to Harry running off to The Guardian, which wants to abolish the monarchy, giving them an interview. Awful messaging. Yeah. Completely tone deaf, blind spot central. And now, what should have been a wonderful second chance for Harry to build that relationship with his father and to get himself back into the royal family, and it's up in smoke.
Yeah, well, he was told that there'll be no police protection for the family, but police protection will be available while staying on a royal estate. But outside of those times, Harry would have to rely on his own private security team, and we are told he's flying over his own private security team from California.
Correct.
I guess they're taking a private jet, probably not going to jump on the Virgin or the British Airways flight with all those people.
He's not going to be travelling coach, as the Americans say.
Yeah. So he can have security, but it's the armed security that he's so desperate to have. He wants to have the police cars around him and the armed officers walking around with rifles in their hands.
Most definitely. Well, just a few hours ago, I spoke to somebody that was intimately involved in royal security for decades. And he said to me, this is all a nonsense. It's politics. It's not security. It's Harry flexing his muscles within the family, because he explained that whilst the Ravek decision is on pause, there is a liaison with the police for the security team looking after Harry and Meghan. And he said it's abundantly clear that as long as Harry is on British soil, he will be safe. And that is a direct quote, and you can take that and you can smoke your pipe with it, because that is the fact. Yeah. And we can both agree. We can all agree, can't we? We don't wish for Harry, Meghan and the kids to face any peril. Of course. Of course not, and they're public figures. But what you're looking at is an unspoken agreement between the UK authorities and Harry's team, which is you'll be okay. This is London expression. It's all been done on the QT. It's unofficial. You are protected. But what we're not going to do is offer you this full armed blue lights, police outriders, because that comes from the taxpayers' coffers, and that becomes a political problem because the people of the UK don't want to pay, given that Harry left the royal family.
So why is Harry so terrified of bringing the family to the UK, but he's not so terrified of being in America with his family, where people carry guns all the time?
Correct.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
You're absolutely right. They take vacations in Mexico. Harry himself, of course, goes to Ukraine, which is officially at war. It's provably a dangerous place. He's been to China. He travels the world. And, of course, Meghan went off to Paris on her own for a week. Well, there's some sketchy parts of Paris these days.
Yeah, well, that's where Kim Kardashian got robbed, even with all her security team.
100%. And then you actually have, unfortunately, Paris has had a few terror incidents as well. It's quite a divided society these days, very sadly.
Yeah.
This great civilization of France is in a degree of crisis. So the problem you've got there is that it's double standards, as always. The Duke and Duchess are double standards. And this person that I spoke to, who's been intimately involved with royal security for decades and is now retired, said that it is the ego that's at play here, that Harry wants the entourage. He wants the SWAT team, the police outriders, like he's Barack Obama or something. And he's not. And that's the problem. And it's just so hard for Harry to come to terms with the decision he made in 2020 to leave the UK. It's just a wound that won't heal. Deep down, he knows it was a massive mistake. I think in his most private moments, and if you got a drink in him, I think he'd tell you that it was a mistake to marry Meghan. But here we are. And all he does all day long is try to mitigate the consequences of that decision. Well, I'm so sorry, Harry. You left and you can't come back.
Well, it's funny. We did reach out to Harry. We've told his team we want him on the show when he's here for the Invictus launch.
That's a good
idea. Come down and have a chat.
Yeah.
He probably won't come on the show. I imagine he doesn't want to get questioned and grilled. He'll go and do a softball one, maybe the BBC, maybe the Guardian again.
Woke ITV.
Woke ITV, yeah. But he won't. He ain't going to come on the Daily Expresso.
Well, he won't come on the Daily Expresso because the Daily Expresso is the YouTube brand of the Daily Express. And what does the Daily Express do? It reports the truth. Right? It goes after public figures. It calls out hypocrisy. It's an elite level journalistic outfit. That's not Harry's cup of tea. I mean, it's a miracle that the Express hasn't been sued by Harry, given the amount of truth that they publish about him.
Don't worry, there's still time.
Never say never. See you in the High Court. Get that suit dry clean, JJ.
King Charles has offered Harry and Meghan and the kids lodging in one of their many royal palaces, one of their cottages, and apparently Harry and co haven't accepted the offer yet. They just haven't replied to it.
Astonishing, and it shows how incredibly disorganized they are as well. They're very chaotic in how they run things, which is why I think all the charities have gone south, because I don't think that they're good administrators. And this is mind-boggling that they don't know where they're staying. I mean, London's quite a busy city. It's not that easy to get digs at the last minute. Even the Holiday Inn Express is filling up and filling up fast. So, I think that's going to be a challenge for them. If they're worried about their security, why have they not organised a safe house somewhere, perhaps in Mayfair, which is because your best thing is to be among other rich, powerful people, because then there's safety in numbers. So they could be in a very ritzy part of London, which has private police forces and all the rest of it. It's not going to be difficult for them to find accommodation behind gates. This is outside of when they're in the royal residence. There's some debate about which of these royal residences they've been offered or might stay at. And the runners and the riders, well, the Mirror just recently were reporting it was Buckingham Palace, which Harry previously refused because he said, well, going in and out is still hazardous. Then I've seen reports of the Windsor estate, which is by far the best option for security. But I don't know whether William and Catherine want those two upstarts next door making trouble. Hi, Catherine. I'm back. Meghan Markle. You're welcome.
Hi, William. Should we go and have a beer? Please don't punch me again.
So that's probably, going to be a challenge. And then there's Sandringham, And then that's great because then they can hang out with Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
Well, I was going to say the reason they can't stay
Randy Andy.
they can't stay at Buckingham
Hello,
Palace.
Meghan. Oh, you're a hottie, aren't you?
Everything is digital now, isn't it? Your money, your photos, even your loyalty card at the coffee shop. So there's something quietly brilliant about owning one thing that isn't on a screen. Real gold bullion. The weight of it, the shine, it's just a lovely thing to hold. The Pure Gold Company, which was voted the UK's best gold broker, makes owning physical gold really simple. Tax-free gold coins from the Royal Mint with friendly one-to-one guidance from your first question to final delivery. There's no jargon, no pressure, no call centre queues. It's insured to your door or stored in a secure professional vault. So visit the Pure Gold Company today and tell them JJ sent you. Do you believe there's this rumour going around that Meghan Markle and Prince Andrew met many, many moons ago before she met Harry? Apparently they met on a yacht. I don't know if this is true or not. I'm not confirming or substantiating it. I'm just saying the rumour that has been going around a while is that Meghan was some kind of yacht girl or something, and she met on a yacht with Prince Andrew many moons ago.
Yeah, there's been a lot of speculation about whether there was a deep friendship between those two people pre-Harry. This will be strongly challenged and denied by the Sussexes and perhaps by Andrew too. So we don't know. But the truth is that there's so much about Meghan's past that is murky and raises more questions than it answers. And one of the reasons why is because this is a woman who's been on the record as lying about things in the past, and therefore it's hard to take anything she says seriously, including the claim, by way of example, that she married the day before her wedding, which was a claim disreputed, I should say, by no less than the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Yes, I recall that.
This is a woman who has been contradicted by her own father about the nature of her childhood, including the idea that somehow they were living under a trailer in grinding poverty, even though he was an Emmy award-winning Hollywood lighting director. Make it make sense. Also, great discussion about how much racial prejudice Meghan faced, with her father saying she didn't mention it till she was about 18 when there was some project that was of use to her. Yikes!
Yikes, indeed.
You know, but Andrew and Meghan, who knows? What do you think?
I don't think it's true. I feel there'd be some pictures of that. I think it would have come out sooner. I think it would be confirmed by now if they had a meeting on a yacht.
Can I just say, full disclosure, while we're in the spirit of being honest, my past is quite murky too. And a lot of our viewers want to know about the years 1998 to 2011, because I just disappeared off the radar at that point. It's quite well known that I just disappeared. And I was a yacht girl for 12 years.
Oh, God.
Yes, I was.
The pictures in my head.
Yeah. And I wore a very, very tight clothing. You see, I'm lucky because I have a body mass index to die for. I'm lean. I'm angular. I'm quite edgy, actually. And I serve drinks to billionaires. It's the time of my life. I might go back to the yacht at some point. But I've sent them updated pictures and they said, you're going to need a lot of plastic surgery. But there you are.
Revealed. Mark Dolan's yacht girl past. Headline writes itself, Walker. Well, if you're enjoying this nonsense so far, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and hit the hype button. Now, back to Harry and Meghan, Marky Mark. One place they definitely cannot be staying is their former family home, Frogmore Cottage.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said it with a Scottish accent. Frogmore Cottage.
It's because you have been drinking, which doesn't suit you. I don't recognise this human being. Frogmore Cottage up in Aberdeenshire.
So that was their family home. They spent £2.5 million having it made into this lovely new renovated place, and it was immaculately decorated on the inside. And then obviously they left because I think Meghan said she couldn't swing a cat in there. And now the builders are in there and they're subdividing it. They're undoing all the work that Harry and Meghan had done to the house.
They completely messed it up. And a lot's been said about the fact that Harry paid for those renovations. Well, only after Megxit, when he had to. He was going, and at the time they were allowing the UK taxpayer to fund that. £2.5 million. And they've ruined the house because it's much less viable, which is why they're having to reverse it now. And I'm hearing they want to remove all evidence of Harry and Meghan. They don't want it to be like, you know, some monument to those two. And they won't be going back. And of course they wouldn't. I think Harry would actually rather stay in a Best Western than go back to Frogmore because of the optics of it. It would look like a retreat. It would look like essentially the royal family of one. It would be a humbling experience, I would say.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that's going to wash. And, you know, the $1 million question is, where is Harry going to stay? And also, are Meghan and the kids going to come? I think ultimately they will. Because I think that Harry has picked this fight with the Home Office, the British government, for his armed royal security. It's a fight he's lost, but he's got a bigger goal here, and that is to rebuild relations with the palace, with his father, and to become Prince Harry again with a capital P. So I think, notwithstanding his anger at the moment, he's definitely coming, and I think it's highly likely that we'll see Meg's and the kids too.
I think the kids are definitely going to come because, as we said last week, this is their big unveiling. The British public and the world are going to finally see the faces of the what are their titles? Prince and Princess?
Yeah, they call them that, even though they want them to be private, normal citizens, but they call them Prince and Princess.
We're going to finally see their faces.
We're going to see their faces. Archie has just one eye, which is significant.
Does he wear a patch over the dead
Yeah,
eye?
it's in the middle as well, which is unlucky. But I think it's a quirky look, and there's someone for everyone, and he'll find love eventually. Yeah, those two. And why? Because Archie and Lily have been, made now part of the Sussex brand, right? It's been storyboarded, it's been planned. As I said before, Meghan is pathologically transactional, and the kids are part of the product now. The kids are our commodity to be monetized.
Yeah. Well, listen, they've got to earn their way somewhere.
Including old Cyclops Archie. Old monobrow himself.
I'd rather those kids were out earning a buck instead of being like your kids, just scrounging out, thieving, pushing nuns over, breaking into co-op stores, stealing the cigarettes.
I know. I don't understand the nun preoccupation, but you're right. They're actually quite hard to get these days, nuns.
It's hard to find nuns,
The
but
supply
your
of
boys
nuns.
find a way.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever happened? Where are the nuns?
They're all in hiding.
And the
scared
thing
of
is, they are
Dolan boys.
I love nuns. I'm a Roman Catholic, so I can say this. So
You can.
But nuns are a delight to push over. Because it's the geometry, isn't it? They're naturally disposed to it because of the veil and everything. It just... They're normally quite heavy sets. You get a good thump, don't you?
The sound.
Thump, like that. That's it. And then you say, may God forgive me, and then all is good with the world.
There is one way Harry can guarantee armed police when he's not on the royal estates. He just has to have a member of the royal family with him at all times.
Well, that's not a bad shout. So it's back to Randy Andy, isn't it?
He's got Randy Andy.
It's a win-win.
Or the kids, Eugenie and Beatrice.
Yeah.
He could take them
And of
along.
course, it wouldn't be Andrew because he's not even HRH anymore. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it could be Andrew's kids. The bottom line is that nothing will be allowed to happen to Harry, Meghan, Archie and Lily when they're in the UK, which is why this row over security is political.
Aye.
It is family politics, and it's optics, it's ego, it's Harry's massive sense of entitlement. I mean, he's as bad as Andrew in that. We know that Andrew is irredeemably.
Surely Andrew's worse than Harry when it comes to the ego.
I think Harry's worse.
Nay.
Yeah.
No.
I think Andrew is literally one of the good guys compared to Harry.
He's just misunderstood.
Of course he is. Well, I always say this: Andrew's a horrible human being in my view, and a man of poor judgment, awful taste in friends, and he's denied serious allegations against him. But either way, he's a wrong 'un, right?
Yes.
But Harry is the one who has proactively damaged the family, like by design, hurt the family. Andrew's hurt the family by being Andrew, just an idiotic man.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, he's kept his counsel, old Andrew. He's not gone blabbing to the papers. He doesn't run off to the Guardian every 10 seconds. He doesn't leak to the press, which is why we hear so little. And he won't write a book, which is Andrew, My Story, for which he would be paid tens of millions of pounds. So, Harry, I mean, I'm curious. Is Harry ever going to apologise? Is he going to use this trip to the UK to say, I got it wrong and we're all terrible people and please forgive?
Yeah. I think behind closed doors, when he meets Papa, I think he'll say how great it is to be home and how much he's missed him. And hopefully this is the first of many trips back. I think that that's what's going to happen. And Charles will say, okay, dear boy.
See, I think, and you and I occupy the politics space within current affairs as well as royal news. And you will agree, in politics, never say never. Mm-hmm. And it's quite astonishing how people can come back and reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
But, and that is true, I think, of the royal family as well. But I just don't think any kind of deal is possible whilst Meghan is Harry's wife. I see that as the ultimate barrier to peace. And I think it's an immovable beast, that one. I think especially for William. I think that if Harry were to divorce Meghan, I think there's a way back. It will take a long time. Mm-hmm. The problem being, it doesn't matter how many times you say sorry and all of the warm words and the gestures. Meghan has a track record. She has a set of personality traits that mean that she's going to damage the family. She's just a person that wreaks havoc in her wake. And we've not just seen it with the Sussexes in relation to the royal family. She's done it to her own family. Poor old Thomas Markle Sr., fighting for his life in a Philippines hospital, not on speaking terms with the man that brought her into the world, the half-sister, the half-brother, the ex-husband.
Yeah, but they're toads. Her siblings, they're wrong.
They
as
are
well.
some of the nicest people I've ever witnessed.
No,
Thomas Markle Jr. is a rock star. JJ, he's sweet.
They are not good people, those ones. No thanks.
Really?
No. Yeah, weirdos, mate.
I think they're angry with the half-sister and what an obnoxious person they think she is.
Well, look, let's move on to someone who I think has the biggest ego in the royal family. Andrew, right? Because now he thinks that King Charles has overstepped the mark and has exceeded his authority and acted beyond his powers in taking away Andrew's titles, in moving him out of his lovely big palatial state he was in before to this little tiny cottage he's in now.
The Royal Lodge.
Yeah. So Andrew has started fighting back, reportedly. He is insisting on his staff to call him by his former royal title still. They must call him Sir, they must call him Your Highness, they must call him the Duke of York. You don't have any of these titles, Andrew. And yet he's saying to his staff, you must still call me these things behind closed doors. The guy's ego's out of control. And apparently he said he would damn well continue to be addressed by his correct titles until they send a vampire to suck out every drop of royal blood in my veins. This dude's entitled as hell. And it doesn't stop there, Marky Mark. It's even more. The guy wants compensation because of him being kicked out of Royal Lodge. He paid some money towards renovations of the place over the years. He wants King Charles to give him compensation for kicking him out of there. And he also wants compensation for his ex, Fergie. Now, tell me this dude is not more egotistical and more entitled than Harry.
Well, I think it's absolutely fascinating, and it's a great scoop that you've got. And I won't deny it, because this is the Andrew that we know. He's always been entitled. That's, of course, the name of the book which brought him down.
Yeah.
Your friend of mine, Andrew Loney.
Good guy.
That was a great interview that you did, which went crazy viral. And so no one's going to jump in and defend the character of this man. And it's...
But you'll try.
Here we go. Watch me go. And it's unfortunate the Queen, who, she's one of the greatest figures in British history, Queen Elizabeth, was so devoted to him, and I think gave him more freedom and leeway and enough rope to hang himself with, that is unfortunate. Although, that said, put yourself in her shoes. It's her son. Blood is thicker than water. Not easy. And it, by the way, demonstrated the humanity of Elizabeth, that she wasn't a robot or an automaton. She wasn't a politician. She was a mother. And how do you get it right with Andrew? So, yes, it's very interesting that he's still requiring this, this treatment, that he's a member of the royal family, effectively HRH. What it demonstrates is that he still has power, and that he cannot be extinguished, and he's not going to go away quietly. And one of the reasons why, as I mentioned, is that he actually has, he's got a book inside him, which, by the way, he's seen doctors about, and it's it's a fiddly operation. It was a drunken game that went wrong. It was a copy of John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. No, the guy, he has. I mean, this is the ultimate. It's the nuclear weapon, JJ. This is the ballistic missile. You're worried about the Harry book? You're worried about the Meghan book? It's nothing.
Yeah.
Just imagine Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, my story. Yikes and double yikes.
Yeah.
He knows everything about his brother, the king, about his nephew, Harry, and the yacht girl.
Yeah.
He knows all about Anne and Edward. This is his family. And he has kept stum. He's revealed nothing for years and years and years. So he could easily command $50, $60 million for the book. Now, Andrew Loney, the biographer, says that actually he doesn't really need that money, that he made quite a lot of money when he was a trade envoy, made more money for himself than the UK government, which is ironic. But therefore, I think that Charles is having to play this in a very delicate way because he's thinking, well, my brother could spill the beans.
Yeah.
And the other worry that Charles would have is not just a possible book or a documentary series or, Newsnight interview, the sequel, may God forbid. The other thing that could happen is that he could himself decide to live overseas and go to the United Arab Emirates or go to the United States, at which point he's a loose cannon. So this generous deal, we're learning a lot, aren't we? But your insight there into his behavior behind closed doors, very entitled. Why does he do that with impunity? Why is he so cocky?
Yeah.
Right? Why isn't he just like thanking Charles for everything? You've also got that deal with the king, rent-free for the rest of his life at Sandringham with 24/7 security, unlike Harry, the real deal.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the butlers and the footmen and all the rest of it. So he's got leverage, he's got power, and this is the awkward fudge that the king has been forced to accept. And I've criticised the king for being so weak with Harry, but I don't think that you can solve a problem like Andrew Mountbatten Windsor if you're King Charles. What are you supposed to do?
Well, there's nothing you can do.
So your best bet is to you know what they say: keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer, which is why we do this show. And we don't get on. I mean, I think the audience would like to know there's no chemistry. JJ's not a good person. But I have bills and debts. So you can actually call me Mark Debts Dolan. Because a lot of people want to know why I come here every week, and I agree with them.
Mark, that is all we've got time for this week.
I'd like to do. I've got more. I'm so sorry.
Well, you've got more, and you're not going anywhere because we are going to go across to Club Expresso. You can join us. Click down there. It's $2.99 for the month. It's nothing. We're going to talk about a massive, huge scandal in Hollywood. Yeah, we don't normally do this. We don't normally do Hollywood, do we? But we're going to do it today only at Club Expresso. So jump over there, sign up, and join us. It's definitely worth it. $2.99 a month. Are you mad? It's easy. Easy. It's cheap as chips, mate. See you there. Thanks for watching. Like, comment below, share, subscribe, and hit the hype button. See you at Club Expresso. Bye. Right, a quick pause in the podcast to tell you about our sponsor, Incogni. You had those phone calls from numbers you don't recognize, or you go in your inbox and there's emails for stuff you did not sign up for. Well, that's because someone somewhere is selling your private information. That's where today's sponsor comes in, Incogni. They will contact these people who have been taking your information, and they'll say, oi, stop, delete it. Go to the website, incogni.com. You type in the details. 2 minutes later, Incogni are sorting it out for you automatically. And because I love you, I've got you a discount. It ain't 10%, it ain't 20, 60% off. 60% off an annual Incogni plan. Just go to incogni.com/Daily Expresso or click the link in the episode description box below.